Do, 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 do. All right, I hope this is, I have no idea if this is actually working. All right, we're gonna see if this works. First of all, hello to anyone out there or whoever is watching. I haven't gone live in a number of years. I do not know if this is working, how this is supposed to work, what's supposed to be happening right now. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry for not, I know it's been forever. I'm sorry for not announcing this before. Okay, perfect. I've been here the last 30 minutes. You have no idea. I've been checking every single cable and every single cord. I was trying to make sure that everything was right. I know. I'm so sorry. I think it's actually literally been like, what is that? 3 years since I've been live. It was so funny. Years ago, I was like, I want to go live, like, you know, at least once a week or something like that. And it just didn't. It just never ended up working out that way. I'm sorry. I know it's kind of a mess. But I'm here now, and I'm hoping to make live videos a lot more frequently and or often, just because of all the nonsense and stuff that's been going on over the very recently. Sign of the end times. I freaking hope not. That'd be terrible. Can I not go live without it being the end of the world? Yes. Thank you. My break was actually nice. I think I actually needed it. Once again, and I'm sure a lot of you know, I've been here for, I think, like 6-7 years. I've been doing this, and I make a video every single day. Like, I know I say that all the time, but like, I think it's incredibly relevant for those of you who work 7 days a week out there. So I definitely needed some kind of a break, but now I have like a lot of the energy back where I'm like, yeah, I want to do stuff all over again. So I was like, why not let me try and go live? Is Neil Armstrong about to land on the moon or something? You know, it's Elon Musk's fault. It took 30 minutes. Listen, I gave him a call and I was like, you know, help me go live, and Muskie actually ended up helping. I'm really shocked about it. This doesn't happen quite often. Good day from Rotterdam. Great to hear you doing. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better. Yeah, I know. I was waiting for someone to say it. I was waiting for someone to say Pepe coin. Let me tell you a little story. A good friend of mine who is in the crypto space, he's in the NFT space, you kind of name it, like he's been in the space for a while. I chat with him quite often, and he sent me a message. He was like, hey dude, let's hang out. So we went to go hang out one day, and he was like, I know it sounds crazy, but I bought this new coin. And I was like, what coin did you buy? I was waiting for him to say like something, you know, weird or extravagant, or just be like Cardano. And he was like, Pepe, do you know it? And I was like, you mean the meme? He was like, yeah, have you bought any? And I was like, when did this coin come out? He was like, it took him a while to actually even try and find it, because he said that they were like multiple, like apparently there are copies out there. There's like Pepe coin, there's like a Pepe the meme coin. You know, people keep trying to make their own versions to try and like get people to basically throw money into one of their coins. And he's like, yeah, you know, he's like, I bought some of it. This is also the same friend, for those of you who watch my channel quite often. This is the same friend from a while ago who told me that he ended up buying like the Nike artifact NFTs. Like, I mean, like when they like first dropped, he bought a whole bunch of them. They were like, what was it? Like a 1/10 of an ether or something even smaller than that. And every single time that there's an airdrop, he gets like, you know, airdrops from the airdrops. So he was like, yeah, you know, I bought a huge amount. I know I shouldn't, but it's okay. And then like, I think about 2 days later, I have another friend who like is, you know, he's lightly in the cryptocurrency market. He was like, you know, I just bought some Pepe coin. And I was like, what's everyone talking about this coin for? 2 days pass by. My uncle calls me. Hello. I don't think he's watching the live stream. He calls me and I'm like, hey, what's up? What's going on? I think he wants to talk about something, you know, crazy or important. Holy crap. Thank you very much. Marcus Williams, thank you very, 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 very much for the donation and for the continued support. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. My uncle goes, oh man, you know, I bought some Pepe coin. And I was like, okay, listen, like what's happening with this coin? Like what am I missing? So you realize, I am and probably always will be. I'm a very, hardcore skeptic when it comes to a lot of these things, especially within the cryptocurrency space, because I've been through all the crappy coins over and over and over and over and over. All of a sudden I start getting messages from people that it's being listed on Binance, and I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about, that this coin that just came completely out of nowhere is now about to be on Binance? And then it got listed on like 4 other exchanges as well. And this is when, for those of you who are on Twitter, I wrote on Twitter, I was like, I don't understand life anymore. Like, I don't think I understand what any of this is supposed to be, or how gravity even works anymore. But lo and behold, yeah, this coin completely came out of nowhere. And I won't lie to you. I'm going to be 1,000. Let me see if I can find it over here. I'm going to be literally, where is it? Where is it? Oh, okay. I mean, the market's slightly down now, so of course this coin is also down. I sat there and wrestled with myself, because I was like, do I buy this coin? Because I've been in situations before where I saw Dogecoin come out. And Dogecoin is like, was it 2013, 2014? And I was like, there's like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This Dogecoin is not going to go anywhere. No one's ever going to use it. It's never going, And then you have like, it's not even hype around Dogecoin anymore. Like, they've talked about it on almost said CBNC, CNBC and all these other channels. Like, it is and I lightly say this, it's a legitimate coin in its own right. But then you talk about something like Pepe, like, which is, it's been a meme since like, was it 1942 or something like that. And just how, I don't know, I'm really torn. Because of course the investor in me doesn't want to miss out. But then the other side of me is like, what am I supposed to be doing with this coin? Thank you very much, Scotty1269, for the donation and the support. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I know. I see a lot of people talking about it's crazy that I'm live. I know. Right. Also, other thing, Omi. Where is Omi in a lot of all of this? And I see, and it's so difficult. For those of you who haven't done it, hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it right now on my phone. There's a podcast that came out a couple of weeks ago. It's by a guy called Matt Gondek, MattGondek. And he's an artist, a very famous artist. And he had a podcast with the head guy from Vivi. And he was discussing, like, when are things, not when are things going to move forward, but like what's going to happen with the platform? How do you evolve things? When's the coin going to get listed? And of course, the guy wasn't really giving a lot of information as to when things are going to be happening with the coin. But you sit there and you're like, there's so many other, I would have never assumed that Pepe coin would have been listed anywhere, especially not on Binance so quickly and so immediately. But then the question is, like, Omi has a lot of use cases. It is like an actual utility coin, especially on the platform. And all I can try and think of, at least in some sort of way, is that the people from Vivi have something planned. I think it's nearly impossible. This is my personal opinion. I think it's nearly impossible to have a situation where you have partnerships with multi-billion-dollar companies. You can't have a partnership with Disney, with all these other companies, with Lamborghini, and not prepare your coin to be listed on some sort of platform. But it's also, I don't know. There's just so much waiting and so many like questions of things that are going on. I was once again chatting with a friend earlier. We were talking about where to put money in this market. We're at the point now where we are, logically, I know, 2023. The halving is expected to happen in April or May 2024. When you talk about that time frame and like where the market is going to go, where we might go as a cryptocurrency community if the Fed stops raising interest rates, all these things that could be happening, like we are, and I take this lightly, we are on the cusp of that kind of time frame where you talk about where the market's going to go, how high it could potentially go because of, hold on, wrong tab, wait for it. There we go. Okay. as far as like how high prices are going to go. And we're gonna listen, if the last 3-4 halvings have been any indication as to where the cryptocurrency market has been and where it's probably going to go, we're going to enter a point where like, where do I put my money? You can put your money anywhere into the market, but then you're going to have one of those situations where, you know, my coin went up by 3, 4, 5x. And then you sit there and go, remember like the other coins like that were going up by like 18,000%, and you sit there and you look and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I had put my money into those coins or into that market in some sort of way. So I'm so confused now because I want to put my money in so many different places within the cryptocurrency market. Like money's not infinite. Like I can't put my money everywhere. I know that logically one of the safer bets is obviously Bitcoin or Ethereum. But those two as the top coins, when you talk about like a $10,000 Ether, that's relatively a 5x from where we currently are now. You know, Bitcoin may be a 10x as well if we get to the $300,000 range. But I have a lot of questions because I know it's time for me personally to start putting money into the market, and I have no idea where. It's so much happening. Yeah. Sorry for like the long rant, but there's a lot going on. So I am definitely ready, well invested. Can't wait to start throwing more money into the market because even so, this is what I was reading around. People were talking about that if you had put like I think $500 or $600 into the market when Pepe like first came out, some people made like I think like what was it? 10 or 20K or something like that from a couple of hundred. And it's like, I personally can't risk that. It's so like insane to even think of throwing money into a coin like that just to, you know, try and guess it. It says TMI, did you buy Pepe? No. Now here we go. Not yet. And I say not yet because I think I need to have a long conversation with myself if I actually want to do it, because I'm a very intense person. Like there's no way that I'm just going to be able to put like, you know, a little bit of money into it and kind of like let it ride. No, like if this is another Dogecoin situation, there's no way on this earth that I can sit there and just simply be like, okay, well, it's fine. I put $50 into it. I'm just once again just being completely honest because there's a lot of stuff going on with this market. I feel like if you didn't jump on Pepe, you missed it. See, it's also another problem. But I mean, even for SHIB, like even if you look at Shiba Inu's coin price right now, there's so many people who are talking about like, you know, the mythical 1 cent SHIB, which would literally like, or even like a 2 cent Shiba Inu coin if they end up burning enough coins and all that other stuff, yada, yada, yada. Like, I feel like nothing is really missed on. Like, I feel like during of course, like a hyper bull run, everything is a winner, but it's just more of a like, what is like the coin that you can kind of brag to other people about and be like, I put 3,000 into that. I made $500,000. That was XRP before. That was Cardano before. I had a friend. I know he's not watching, or maybe he is. Maybe he'll watch this later. He put in, oh gosh, what was it? He put in, I think, a couple $100 into Cardano. I forgot exactly how much it was. It wasn't an astronomical amount, and he ended up getting 100,000 ADA. And I mean, this was like when the coin's price was hovering around like 1 cent or maybe like a tiny bit less. And then it went to like, was it $3.50? He made 350K, like, you know, just out of, you know, from this small investment. And I'm looking for the coin that's going to also do the exact same thing, because I guess that's kind of the, you know, that's almost said that's the American dream. That's kind of the dream of what everybody wants as far as, you know, what to do when the cryptocurrency market ends up going completely insane. Wait, I just saw it. Oh crap! I scrolled away from it. Yeah, somebody said one guy turned 250 into 1 million. Like that's insane. Like, do you understand how crazy this market is? That's even a possibility to be able to have something like that. That you can literally just throw in a couple $100 into something and then basically make complete bank from it. Like, let's be completely honest. You know, like I understand everybody wants to make $1 million from every single coin and every single thing that they put their money into. Even if you put $250 into something and it makes you 200K, that's wild. This market is, I mean, you know, we've all been there for all the ups and downs. So of course, you know exactly how insane that it is, but it's also this like the possibilities seem to be endless. And I know that we're at the beginning of that as far as like the whole bull run and the halving and stuff like that, which is also going to be, I'm sure you're going to be seeing a lot more of that probably towards the end of the year. Like news-wise, it's always the same. Every time we get closer to the halving, everyone goes completely insane. The halving happens, Bitcoin's price drops by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. Everyone's, oh, it was a non-event. And then the next year is just complete nonsense after that. It's always the exact same situation. Reading through the comments now. Yeah, TMI is not a vacation. I am definitely back. I bought Pepe quick 3x and sold. Yeah, I know a lot of people who, and this is not, I don't even need to say this is not financial advice. Just don't do this. I know some people who use these like chat groups, like when they know that they're going to be like pumping coins and stuff like that. And people make really, really good money, but it's very difficult to be able to time stuff. This is why I'm always telling people, like, if you're into these like coins, you gotta really like use due diligence, because some of these coins are just made to pump and make sure that the people at the very top get tons of money. I will now, to finish off the whole Pepe discussion, if Pepe's price collapses, and I mean like we get back down to 10-15% of where we currently are now, I'll buy a whole bunch of it. Just because for me, there would be very little extra risk. It's kind of one of those, we've all been there before. You throw a couple hundred into it. If it doesn't go anywhere, you lost 100. That 100 would have been used to buy something else that you shouldn't have bought in the first place. So, it either goes up or it goes down. That's the usual thing about it. But if the price collapses, I will probably buy some, just as like a why not. Myself, this is me. Why not see where it goes? Once again, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. There's so many other coins. And I'll even give you a light Tron, as far as like that coin also went up and actually did something, and it also doesn't have a use case. That wasn't being mean. That was just me simply. Yeah. Someone said a live Q&A. Yeah, I know it's been a while. Someone said I watched TMI at 1.7 speed. It sounds so strange at normal speed. Can we get more live vids? Yeah, that's kind of... It's been a while, and I have been meaning to do live videos for a couple of months now. I even mentioned it. I mentioned it somewhere around, I think, like heavy winter, that I wanted to start doing live again. And actually, they changed the interface on YouTube by a lot. I'm actually quite surprised, because before it looked a bit special as far as like what you could and you couldn't do. This is really easy. You'd have to like basically click on OBS, write in like a title, click on like, what you want to record, and then click start streaming. And that's basically it. Before it was so much more difficult. There were so many other things that, like, I can even see my screen on the screen. I know you can't see like my particular screen at the moment, but I can actually see all of you like writing. And the other thing, because before, the way that the live stream used to work is that I had to have like my tablet next to me to be able to look over at the chat as it was happening. But now they have all of this directly inside of YouTube, which I think, it probably should have always been that way, but literally better late than never. Someone said Algorand seems to be nice. Yeah, I mentioned that before in other, what do you call it? In my Money Rules videos, when I was talking about what I'm buying. I still have everything. Don't worry. I'm still buying all these coins all the time. As far as like Algorand, Polygon, ApeCoin, and there was another one. I'm still buying all of these as well. Maybe not as much as I previously was before, because I've also been buying tons of art and other nonsense as well. But Algorand they have really good partnerships. I think Algorand partnered with FIFA. Polygon has partnered with everyone. So, I like to have these in my portfolio. Do I think they're going to be the forever coins and be like the best thing that you could ever have in your portfolio? Who knows? It takes years and years and years to be able to see exactly how these coins perform. But until then, they will definitely, I have a friend, he always says, don't sell until the money's life-changing. That's kind of a philosophy that I live by. If I put 500, 1,000, 2,000 into something, I need to know that like when I cash out, it's at least like for me like 50K or something like that, just so I can, you know, reinvest it again properly. Didn't have any liquidity then. Now it's listed. Hope he doesn't cash out before. Just a gamble basically. Someone wrote Pepe equals poo poo. Okay, that I can totally see that. Might be wrong more than a Floki could be the next giant mover. I don't know. Listen, Dogecoin already sits at the near pinnacle of okay, cool, it's a meme. Now it turned into something else. And then you got Shiba Inu. And I started paying attention to Shiba Inu because the team from Shiba Inu was like, listen, we want to make this like a gigantic ecosystem, have a metaverse, have a layer 2, have all these other things. I'm like, cool. And then you got Floki Inu, and then you got Baby Floki Inu and Mega Baby Inu and all these other things. And it's like, it's so much to dig into as far as like, once again, money's not infinite. You can't put your money everywhere. And that's always the issue that I actually had. Not counting Bitcoin and Ethereum. What is your favorite crypto and why? Not counting Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'll clarify this. I like Bitcoin because it's Bitcoin. It has stood the test of time. It's proven itself. You know, no matter what people say, 3 transactions per second, it's Bitcoin. You know, I feel like if you don't look at it as the #1 coin and you keep thinking it's going to drop or collapse or, you know, I think that's foolish in my opinion. Ethereum, always, you know, #2 blockchain, most used blockchain. So they have to sit at the very top. What's like my favorite coins beside that? I think it's kind of a heavy mixture. I don't know if I would call XRP one of my favorite coins, but the fact that it stayed within the top 10 after the entire Gary Gensler nonsense and all this other stuff, I think is an amazing feat. I like Cardano, but I plan on profiting from Cardano more than holding it long term. So when we get to a $4 or $5 Cardano, I'm going to start looking at it a bit sideways as far as like, what should I do with it? Just because I know that there are a lot of other chains that do the exact same thing. Cardano it's never been like, you know, a coin that I hated, but it's more of a coin that I have in my portfolio because I know that the coin will do well because they're doing so many things and how many people love it. Well, I mean, Solana is, you know, the best coin on the planet. So that's definitely I don't know if I have like favorite coins. A lot of the coins I'm pretty like mentally detached from. Like I know for a fact, at least for my portfolio, the #1 and #2 coins, that's just what they are. Like they have, you know, they're there. They're at the top of the mountain. Every other coin, I don't know if I really love any other coins. I like XRP. I like Matic a lot. I used to like Litecoin, but it's kind of a weird project at this point. I like Omi a lot. I like the idea of the VV platform actually doing something with the token or the token being listed or having like actual properties within the app. That's a huge thing for me, like an actual use case. Like the company made sure that there was a use case. And this is also for those of you who don't know. I think a large portion of what they're doing, and even more so like the actual usage of the coin, I'm pretty sure they're having discussions at some point with the SEC because I think the coin would be looked at as a security, but because they've been so heavily pushing it as only a utility within the app, this is where I think you get the distinction from, and this is what they're trying to make sure that they actually have before it really gets listed anywhere because, you know, we're having that entire discussion right now. And VV's also been another company who has made sure that they've done everything relatively correctly and AML, KYC, and all that other stuff. I like ApeCoin. I like Algorand. I used to like EOS, and I keep waiting for their Phoenix rising from the ashes kind of moment. And I don't know if we're ever going to get it, but it's definitely one of those, like, the coin could be huge. It's just a matter of, you know, will they actually do anything? I semi-like Sandbox and Mana, just because, you know, the whole metaverse thing. I think metaverses will take off. It's more a matter of which ones, you know, will actually stand the test of time. But there's not many coins that like I'm like in love with. Like I need so much of this. I need, you know, I think over the years, personally, I've learned, I haven't seen Neo in years. Wow, that's crazy. I've learned how to like detach myself mentally as far as like what coins I own, because for me, they're more of just a money vehicle. I couldn't find another word for it. Like they simply are to me a way that I can make a good amount of money from actually investing inside of them. So for me, having an attachment with them, I don't know if that really is a thing, at least personally. But once again, I have heavy like, but there's no coin. There is not one coin in my portfolio. If that coin went up and if I was able to buy multiple properties by cashing out a fraction of that coin, there's nothing that I would be like, no, I can't sell this coin into the year 2040. No. Let me make that abundantly clear. These coins are a means to an end for me as I continue to try and buy more property. I think myself, I will probably never sell all of a coin that I have. I will always have fragments of it, a fourth of what I had before, maybe even half of what I had before. But I'm telling you, anytime that we get to a point where I look at the money that I have and in crypto and I'm like, that one coin, selling half of it buys a house, half that coin is gone. That's just completely, for those of you who are ever wondering that. I haven't sold anything, but I'm still, you know, accumulating. But I know we're going to get to that point where I'm like, okay, I see a lot of you there. Looking through the comments now. Someone wrote, "My mom is my friend." I'm happy to, I'm happy to hear that. It doesn't happen for everyone. Someone said, "Rare TMI live stream." Yeah, I know. I'm going to try and do it more often. I'm going to try. Someone said, "I wish I could ramble like you." I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I got a lot of stuff going on. What are your thoughts on real comic books? I collect real comic books like you would not believe. Like I'm an absolute menace. I collect an enormous amount of physical comic books, and I collect them in all different languages. I prefer or like Italian, Turkish, and Russian also, and German variants. They are pristine. I made a video recently on that on the other channel as well. I love physical comics, and I also am obsessed as well with the comics on VV as well. So, just completely goes hand in hand. Are you getting a gauntlet on VV? I was looking at it. It looks a little difficult. There was a lot to do, and then people were trying to burn stuff, and they were trying to make a new stone. And I was going in and out of what people were doing, and I was like, that just seems a little difficult. There's a lot going on. I mean, if it hits the market and is like not mega expensive, I'll try and get it. Most of my focus tends to be like on VV comics, but I also do buy collectibles as well. Will Luna Classic get back to its previous high? I mean, you have to ask Luna Classic that one. The fact that coin ever got that high and people made that much money is just completely insane. But once again, the market's crazy. The market's absolutely insane. Like nobody knows where any of this stuff is actually going to go. It's just a matter of time. Like this is why I'm so adamant. Like when we go over the daily news and you talk about like consistently, how many people, what coins are constantly in the news and which coins are constantly in the market, like that is always why it's such a gigantic figurehead for me. It's as far as like, kind of look at what's being used and all this other stuff and like what people are actually gravitating towards, because if a coin comes out, collapses in price, of course it can actually still go back up, especially if the community is actually there for it. But if it just seems a little ruggy, then probably not. Someone said Ethereum fees are pretty high. Yeah, I've been hearing about this. Someone said that they had a $25 transaction fee the other day, and I'm like, that's why we have Polygon. Not too good. Someone said I just think an AI like the girl in Blade Runner. So I don't even want to get into that. That's so crazy because I was just chatting with someone about like we are about a year and a half away before. For those of you who didn't see what's the name of that movie? What's it called? Girl, wife, woman. The movie like where the guy has like an AI girlfriend and like she like exists only in his computer. Anyway, Her. It's called her. Like woman. Yeah, that thing. I don't think we're that far away from all this kind of AI girlfriend stuff, and I don't think we're that far at all. Someone said, TMI, when are we changing the world? Everyone in the chat should take care of their families. Then we have to fix these easily fixable world problems. That's a whole nother chat. We can have a whole nother chat about that if you guys want. If you guys are into the idea of changing the world and actually how easy it is, and we could do it in about a month, tell me, because we can totally have that conversation, because that's something that I also look up quite often when it comes to like how much money you need to actually stop stuff and or create stuff, or basically have us move to a utopia. So another conversation entirely. Someone said Litecoin is the great sleeper halving in August. Yeah, usually whenever we have a coin, especially with the halving of Litecoin, like Litecoin is a huge coin. It's just not as hypey and as popular as every other coin out there. But Litecoin is still gigantic. Like, it has a gigantic purpose, even if you just count it as far as like the air quote, the test net for Bitcoin. It has a huge purpose. TMI, do you stake ADA? No, I've been looking for a good platform. Does anyone know like a good platform where I could be staking my ADA? Because I think I'm going to make like a huge pivot at some point as well, where like I'm basically just investing in a lot of coins like that I can stake to make like extra passive income in this sort of way. Someone said, don't forget to diversify into silver and gold and beans. In case, listen, I try to hope that the world remains, and I lightly say the word stable, because the world is a freaking mess right now, and it seems to only be getting more ridiculous. Someone said, when do you think that the XRP lawsuit will be over? I mean, it should have been over in January. I do think it'll happen sometime this year. This is one of those situations where I have a really strange feeling that it's definitely going to be one of those. I feel like stuff is happening behind the scenes, and like no one's talking about it. And I feel like all these people know each other and they're talking to each other. And I wouldn't be surprised if the current Coinbase versus the SEC lawsuit actually ended up wrapping up very quick, because I think the SEC has what was it, like 8 days to actually answer something that was mandated by the court, and people are saying that it might be like a justification as to why Xcoin is actually a security or why it's not. And I wouldn't be surprised if the XRP lawsuit also ended around the exact same time. I don't know why. It's a very strange feeling. This also jumps onto the entire idea of Coinbase backing Ripple in the lawsuit and being like, they did nothing wrong. Like something, it's a little, I feel like everything is connected in this sort of way. The XRP should be over. Like, I'm not a judge, like, literally not one, but I feel like she should be able to, bang her gavel and be like, okay, well, this is clearly, XRP is not a security. Do you have stable coins? Nope, don't have any stable coins. Do you still like OMI? Yep, a lot. I actually plan on buying more because the prices dropped, same as everything else. I plan on getting a lot more. When can you take NFTs off Vivi? You got to ask the people from Vivi. Once again, for those of you who weren't here in the very beginning of this chat, the people from Vivi were on a podcast with a guy named Matt Gondek. And the guy from Vivi, I can't remember his name. Richard? Johnny? I don't remember. He said the reason why they haven't thus far allowed people is because he said that people might get confused and would send their NFTs to addresses that simply didn't exist. So you would have to explicitly tell people to make sure to copy and paste your address. And if they don't, and if the NFT goes somewhere, the people, instead of getting mad with themselves, would get mad at the people from Vivi. Why didn't you tell me I had to copy and paste it in this sort of way? So they said that they're planning on doing it. It's just a matter of they want to make sure, because like it's not even like a small venture anymore. Like Vivi's huge. There's like hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars, billions of dollars within this app floating around within their ecosystem. And if you allow people to start taking out their NFTs to put on different other platforms, you are at least going to have 1% of people who are going to get it wrong, and they're going to be angry. So that's kind of the idea. Someone said Hexcoin or Pulse Chain. No comment. Is that the same guy who was twerking in the Louis Vuitton suit? I think it is. I think it's Hexcoin. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Someone said I'm still skeptical on NFTs, but FOMO. No, same. Like you even for the cryptocurrency market, like you have to be completely realistic. Like a lot of people think that anyone who's in the cryptocurrency space is like completely mad for NFTs and for all these other things, just kind of like blind allegiance. But I think we know that we are in a market that is extremely early. We know that we are in a market that has a long way to go. We know that we're in a market where you basically want to be the guy who bought Bitcoin before everybody else. You want to be the person who's like, hey, these NFT things just came out. What if they do take off? Like there are already like tons of museums around the world that are buying NFTs, like the Pompidou in France, which is the largest contemporary art museum, I think, in Europe, recently just started buying NFTs as well. What if this all does take off? What if there is tons of money to be made inside of this market? Like it's all these like gigantic question marks, but this is what I think a lot of people miss out on. Like it's FOMO, but it's also like a gigantic what if. What if I buy Litecoin when it's $1? What if I buy Ethereum when it's $3? How high can it go? Like, where does this market actually end up taking us in the next 10 to 15 years? We are almost at the point where Bitcoin has been around for 15 years. Look at how far we've come. Why can't you have digital art? Why can't you have NFTs? Why can't you have all these things being a part of the ecosystem as well? Because years and years ago, the entire idea was that we would find extra use cases for blockchain. That's another use case. So it's one of these, of course. This isn't a done all. Like I'm not investing in NFTs being like, this is the future. They're going to be around forever. There's nothing like it, so and so. But I try to be like relatively realistic where I'm like, listen, I also want to be at the front of the line. I also want to make sure that if I am investing in this new thing, I don't want to miss out. Like there were NFTs before on Vivi. These things that came out, what was it, $5.99, and you got a secret rare or an ultra rare for some of the comics that came out, and these things were selling for $10,000-$15,000. I want to be a part of that. I want to make sure that I'm also making money. So this is why like I also have like this like weird obsession with Vivi, because I'm like, they have all the partnerships, they have all the IP, they have all they have all the big names. What if people are paying attention to them right now and being like, oh, the OMI price is down, or the prices of some of the NFTs are down, and I'm like, what if they don't stay that way forever? What if some of the amazing fantasy, what if the first Marvel comics and all this other stuff, these comics end up going to minimum $8,000? It's all a gigantic question mark, but this is exactly why I'm here along for the ride, because I want to be a part of it. Someone said, I can't believe Pepe is at number 43. Reality doesn't make sense anymore. Like none of this. Don't try to make sense of the nonsensical. Yeah, someone said you've always had your doubts about Cardano. It's not doubts. It's like it's always a really weird like time frame for them. But I give them props. Can one say that? Because they've consistently continued to deliver. So I made fun of them before because everything takes like 9.5 months for them to do anything, but they still actually delivered all of their products that they said that they were going to do. And this is why I still deal with Cardano. Someone said, why sell? Won't you just be selling into a dying dollar? That's a whole nother, that question alone is another video, an entirely different video. Geez Louise, the chat is going crazy. Thank you very much to Lord P. Stake your ADA with Meld on Cardano. Oh, hold on, I have to sneeze. Is that you? Hold on, I have to. Oh, that's me. I was like, hold on, I have to sneeze. I thought that was one of the Patreon names. I get it. I get it now. No, but it's that. So a lot of times, a lot of people used to make fun of me before on the channel because they were always like, why don't you edit your videos? But it drives me completely insane to like edit too much, especially like on the TMI videos. So if I sneeze or have a problem, like I'm going to let you know. Like it's so weird to think of like putting it into a software and then being like, oh wait, let me make sure that I edit this so that people don't hear me sneeze. Like you've all sneezed before too, right? Like it's not just me. I'm not the only one. No? Okay, cool. Someone said, TMI, why don't you like Taylor Swift? I think I know 2 of her songs. It's the one where she is like sitting in a window and she's like singing to someone across the window. and what's the other one? Like the really famous one. Oh, the one that's always on the news, the radio right now. Every time I take an Uber, I hate it. The me, I'm the problem. Look over here, it's me, or whatever's going on. I don't know. Someone said TMI crypto with a purpose is like buying into each company that makes part of a car when cars were first invented. See, I want to be a part of that. I want to make sure that I'm actually here for this. Someone said I just popped in, wanted to say WTF is up with Algorand. What's up with everything? What's up with the entire cryptocurrency market right now? That is a gigantic question mark. Yep. Someone said live. Really? Yep. That's me. I'm here. Reading the comments. Someone says stake ADA on your Daedalus wallet, the one from Cardano itself, no exchange needed. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Thank you to all the people who are writing that they've been listening or watching for the last 5 to 6 years. Isn't that insane? Isn't that an insane amount of time to like have, like, when I say it out loud, the fact that I've been doing this for that long is just absolutely bananas. What do you think goes higher, XRP or OMI next bull run? That's a difficult one. Previous all-time high of XRP was like, what was it, 360? 3 somewhere around there. Previous all-time high for OMI was 1 cent. So, I mean, mathematically, I assume that, heavy assumption, that XRP is going to at least 10x from right now. I think we will pass by 360. I think $4.50 seems like a definite. If they win the lawsuit, we will see a $4.50 XRP. Can it hit $10? Sure, that's a 20x. But as far as like OMI, I think we're going to a near a $1 OMI. An 80 cents OMI, 75 cents OMI, 65 cents OMI. That's a gigantic move up. A 20 cents OMI would be more than a 20x as well from where we currently are. So I don't know. It's a very difficult question. I wish I could give you a proper answer for that. That would be, because I would believe me, I would love to know that answer as well, because I'm pretty sure I'd be throwing an egregious amount of money into that coin. I'm the Kramer troll from Y2K. It gets a little bit secret. What does that comment even mean? I think it's called Ada Light. Someone said Gianluca. Okay. Can you take your NFTs comics off the exchange VV? Nope, not yet. They say that it will be a thing, or rather they said the licenses that they have will be able to choose at their own discretion. Nearly all of the artists who are working with them, like Ron English, et cetera, have announced before that they will allow people to take their stuff off of VV and put it onto OpenSea, Blur, yada, yada, whenever they feel like it, or whenever the actual things are allowed. Okay, saw that one. Dun, 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 dun. Someone had to switch to the PC. There's an NFT museum in Seattle. Yeah, I really wonder where these things are going to be going over the next couple of years. Someone said, what do you mean stake it? What do you mean stake it? Okay. Loving the stream. I'm glad I can help. Glad I'm here. Someone just popped up on the thing. This chat is so crazy. Someone named Kenny G said welcome to Soft Fork. I don't know what's going on. Someone's trying to like send images. I think that's also not working. Someone said Charles is so cringe. Do you mean Charles Hoskinson? I don't think I've ever heard him like speak. I remember I've seen videos of him before, but never like really like paid attention to anything that he's really done. LMAO, bless you. Thank you very much. Didn't sneeze, but I can, I assure you one will be coming at some point. At some point, do you feel the SEC XRP is going to come to an end? It has to. Like it can't go on forever. Like it can't be the year 2048 and we're like, oh my gosh, I hope the lawsuit's over soon. That wouldn't make a lot of like it just has to end. But it feels like it's being dragged on. Like it's driving me absolutely insane. Just like end the freaking lawsuit already, because we all know exactly. We know who's right. We know who's correct. If everyone else doesn't, sorry for screaming. If everyone else doesn't like the SEC, it's for a reason. It's for like a literal reason. Like we understand completely who the liar is in all of this, because they, if I'm all riled up now. Hold on. Trying to get the, there we go. Trying to load something else on the screen. Do you recommend I transfer my altcoins to Bitcoin? I don't recommend anything at any time. I will never and can never tell you what to do with your own money. If TMI has any problems in the recording, he can use his let's move on ability to bypass the problem. That's how it works. That's the magic for those of you who didn't miss it. What's your favorite Shepherd fairy piece? Oh, that's a very good question. There's a lot of them actually. Oh, that's crazy. Off the top of my head, I can't even, and I don't want to take my phone and then like go onto Instagram or like and be like, what's my favorite one? There are a lot of them. I'll try and save that one for another video as well, because there are like a lot of pieces by him that like I actually truly do like. I think a lot of his stuff that he does is kind of like not generic, but like it's his work, like it's his kind of style. But there's a lot of stuff that he does where I'm like, whoa, this is absolutely incredible. I'm a watcher since 2017. Thank you very much for all the support. I'm kind of thinking Bitcoin dominance will continue to rise leading up to the halving. Usually what ends up happening is that you're completely correct. Bitcoin's dominance continues to rise as we get towards the halving because people understand that this event is actually coming to happen. But the moment the halving happens, the altcoin dominance begins to skyrocket. And this is when we have that altcoin season-y kind of thing over and over and over. Everyone completely throws all their money into the altcoins. And this is why every single time we have the discussion of is Ethereum going to flip Bitcoin? It's because all the altcoins begin to pump so much. And then something magically weird happens where Ethereum looks like it's going to actually overthrow Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin just goes ballistic. Every single time. The last 4 times in a row, it's always been the exact same thing. Always. TMI, have you any fabulous furry Freak Brothers comics? I've never heard of that in my entire life. Since none of that. I don't know what that is. I usually tend to stick to the Marvel DC's Image kind of thing. But after that, I don't know. Amazing Fantasy 15 and 8,000 per common wouldn't be that unbelievable. I don't know. It's my friend thinks that the commons can go to 5,000. He went off of the common being for like 200 right now, floating around the same exact area where Elsa, R2-D2, C3PO, and Iron Man, the golden moments were floating around. And then when we had the bull run, they skyrocketed from 200 to like 5,000 each. And he's like, I'm certain. Because, you know, Amazing Fantasy is as big as those characters. He's very adamant that they could go to around 5,000, which would be crazy. Have you seen that guy on Twitter who has like, was it like 49 Amazing Fantasies? Like that is just absolutely bonkers when you talk about it. It's just completely insane. Do you hold any H bar? Nope. TMI starts my day drive into work after my gym workout. Look at you being productive. I wish I could. I mean, I'm productive in like making videos, but besides that, I'm so lazy. What Omi coin live? Litecoin? What's going on with Omi token? I'm guessing no. I think you'll be able to get your stuff off of Vivi. I mean, as far as I take people's word for it. I assume they haven't been lying this entire time because then their entire thing completely collapses as well. So I assume that they're going to, yeah. XRP will be back at 20 cents. I mean, maybe. Are you still buying Omi coin? Yep. Someone said voice of an angel. That is the sweetest thing I've read in my entire life. Thank you very much for that. I love that you're doing the stream. Yeah, it was only a couple of clicks. I'm happy that it's actually working. That was like a thing for a while where I was just trying to figure out how to make this thing actually work. Do more streams. Yeah, I will be doing them. It's very easy. And you know what? Hold me to it as well. If at some point, if I miss a week, tell me in the comments or tell me on Twitter, like legitimately, like, hey, you have to live stream so that I can keep on remembering to actually do it. Thank you very much. Geez, my chat just went crazy. Like it was down and then like it popped all the way up. Thank you very much, Dusty Crypto. That's a name. Dusty Crypto. It says, holy cow, my go-to every morning is live. Thank you very much for the generous donation, sir. Very much. Do appreciate it. Do you feel this has all been scripted for years? Thank God we are in crypto, the future. Yeah, something's up. And I'm trying not to put my tinfoil hat on, but I think everyone in crypto or in finance right now feels something. There's something in the air. Something feels off. And I don't want to use the word scripted, but you know, the whole like 2023 being like the year of central bank digital currencies and all like the regulations happening at the exact same time. Something is up. It's a little weird. Someone said, TMI, you're my favorite YouTuber and you are an amazing person. Thank you very much for the comment. He was on TV. Who was on TV? Charles Loves to Talk. Is that wasn't the kinging today or the king of nation, the coronation? Why can't I say that word properly? Charles is the man. Okay. Okay. Now I get it now. The other Charles. I was like, Charles. Okay. I got it now. Pepe is a massive distraction. Do you think? What do you think it's a distraction for? Like, what do you think? So if Pepe is a distraction, what's it distracting from, or who, you know, what's the, what is it? I mean, is it distracting from Bitcoin, from XRP? I could see that. Oh, that'd be crazy. Imagine if we like got that dossier and we found out that people were trying to pump Pepe coin to make sure that people didn't buy other coins. That would be crazy. All right, still buying Omi. Yup. How many countries have you been to? I don't know. Dozens? A dozen? 14? I don't know. I have to write that down. I never thought of how many countries. I just kind of like go places. TMI, great to catch you live. Never catch TMI live yet because I haven't been live in like 3 years. That's why you haven't caught me live in a long time. In my opinion, people were getting tired of the doggy coins because there were like 9 of them. There were literally 9 of them. It's absolutely insane. Omi burning a lot. As soon as the collectible mass adopted, they're the best user coin base of. I can see that. I could totally see it. And this is one of the other reasons why I'm very bullish on Omi as well, is because of the coin burn. Like if there was not a coin burn, I'd be like, okay, whatever. But the fact that the entire reserve wallet is going to be completely gone relatively soon, that's a huge thing for me. Skateboard decks, absolutely. I buy a lot of skateboard decks. For those of you who don't know as well, when it comes to like collecting art, skateboard decks are also a very, 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 very big market. You can find them. You can find like Banksy, Medicom, MEDICOM skateboards. You can find them for nearly every single major artist. Jeff Koons, Damien Hirst had some a couple of years ago. They're very, very big. They're like a great affordable way to be able to collect a person's art, and they also tend to do very well in the secondary market as well. Someone said, hey TMI, how do you keep your dome so perfectly shaved? I just give myself a buzz cut. For those of you who don't know, I cut my own hair. I've been cutting my own hair for 15 years now. I walked into a barber one time. This is a true story. Walked into a barber one time, and I think I only had a 20 on me. And the haircut should have been like $8, $9, like for a buzz cut. It's not a lot of money. And I remember I sat down, he gave me the buzz cut, and then I handed him the 20 and I said, you can make it 10. So, you know, give him $2 for the tip. And he was like, oh, I don't have any change. And I was like, people have been paying you in singles and fives all day. You don't have any change? He said, no. So I gave him the 20. He got a $12 tip, and I went right to the store and I bought myself a clipper, and I've been cutting my hair by myself all these years because of that one person. Not even a joke. Like, how dare you try? And I've saved thousands giving myself a buzz cut. How dare you try and like take money from it's so nonsensical. So nonsensical, dude. Like, don't, like, you know, you lost business forever. Absolutely insane. Thank you very much, Smoke Less 06, for your very kind donation. I do appreciate it. Someone said, hold on, Omi. Profit, yes, he is. He's way up above on the comments. Okay. The political stakes are high with XRP, and we all know how politics sucks. Yeah, that's a complete understatement. And I think like whatever the outcome is for this lawsuit, it changes the entirety of the market. So I know there's so much money floating behind the scenes. We have no idea what's going on. There's so much money passing hands, because if they lose the lawsuit, tons of coins begin to fall. If they win, people are going to make hundreds of millions of dollars. It's such a, the stakes are absolutely insane. Someone said TMI late, maybe whoa, English. TMI Happy late May the 4th be with you. Same to you. I wish I could have read that a little bit easier. Someone said, keep up the good work. I'm trying my best. Geez Louise, the chat keeps going completely insane. Well, I'm going to get back to it. Wait. Thank you very much, Bill Gardner. Someone said, love the VV coverage. You're going for a secret rare gauntlet craft. I don't know. I have some of the other stones already, and I am trying to figure out if I should just buy the gauntlet on the actual marketplace or try and go for the actual forge itself. It's very, very exciting, and I'm glad that we finally got there with Vivi, like that we can like finally start to begin to do stuff like this. And I really want. Remember before there was like a there was a rumor for one of the collectibles on there that you would be able to like kind of not smash them together, but like, you know, fuse two of them together into like a brand new one. Really hope that happens. There were also like discussions before people being able to like burn their comics to get like either, you know, exclusive comics or higher comics. That would be so great for the prices of other comics, especially stuff that only has like 7,500 to 10,000 editions. That would be absolutely incredible. Someone said, I want to train an AI to trade for me. It's kind of the dream. It's kind of the dream. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot out there, but I think a lot of the ones that they have are like institutional and they cost a lot of money per month, as one would lightly assume. Thank you very much for the support and donation, Scott T. I do appreciate it very, very much. And you left like a little, is that an alien throwing a coffee cup at me? I don't know what it is, but I am a little thirsty. TMI Live. How delayed is his connection? I have no idea. I hope it's not like mega delayed, but you can all still hear me, so I think it should be okay. Thank you for all you do from London. Why, thank you very much as well. I haven't been to London in a while. I used to be obsessed with London many years ago. Thank you very much, TMI. Mr. Fairy Pieces of all. Oh, I see it. Of Ali. Yeah, same. Shepherd Fairy had a piece of Muhammad Ali, and that was gone in seconds. I was in the queue, gone, and I was a little peeved. I was a little annoyed because I kind of really wanted it because I knew that it would do really well, like aftermarket wise. But we all have the hat on, sir. Yeah, listen, there's a lot going on. TMI, do you think Algorand will make it? I think Algorand is a corporation coin. So I think it was made by other people who have like a vested interest in the coin. And I think that they're probably going to continue doing what they need to do to make sure that it actually ends up surviving. Like, it feels like one of those kind of projects. Like when FIFA announced that they would be using Algorand, I was like, okay, that's not a random partnership right there. That's definitely like a, hey, we have our hands in that cookie jar kind of thing. Someone said, oh, first of all, thank you, Lord P, for the donation. Very much appreciated. He said, when I sell Shepherd Fairy art, does the NFT certificate of authenticity need to go too? Can I keep it and get another copy numbered? So the NFT certificate of authenticity is relatively new. He never used to do that before. It used to be like an actual piece of paper inside of the rolled up art. As far as like passing it on, I would assume, so when it comes to like art, most people care about provenance a lot, like where it came from, like who was the holder before me, and can I prove that I am now the current holder? So if you sell it on to someone else, and the third person can also say, hey, I know down the line where this all came from. So if you have the actual NFT certificate of authenticity, I would assume that if you sell the art, the person will ask if you have it, and also ask to try and get one themselves, just because they will want the actual provenance on the art that they have. Someone said my tinfoil hat is stainless steel by now. I mean, and it's shiny. Like you've made sure to like buff it to the point where like you can see reflections in it. And I mean, there's way too much happening in the world right now. It's absolutely crazy. Someone said there is definitely a disturbance in the force. Yeah, something's up. So since 2020, there's been a dramatic something's going on, and I know it's not just me. Someone said 2023 is a joke. I mean, April was bad. April was a lot for me. April was really intense. May's, I mean, not too far into May, but it's been a lot better than April was. April was a terror. I don't know why. April was absolutely horrible. There was so many things going on. I had so many problems. TMI, do you take your profits into Bitcoin? I haven't taken my profits into anywhere. My profits, as it stands, will be taken into fiat currency and then transferred into property, real estate. So as far as like, I just collect. I'm just buying, you know, when I can, as much as I possibly can. That's just been my motto for a while, but there will get to a point where I'm like, hey, this can buy something. Then I'll start cashing out of stuff. Someone said, yeah, Pepe will crash hard. I can see it. There's a lot of craziness going on. Everyone in the chat should mine 40th of Bitcoin. What does that mean? Everyone in chat should mine 40th of Bitcoin. I feel like that means something. Someone said, TMI, your favorite NFT artist. I don't know. I like that. What's this guy's name? Patrick something on VV. I like a lot of his stuff. I like the stuff that Shepard Fairey did for like NFTs, but I feel like as far as like a genuine, like from the ground up NFT artist, I don't know that many, and I should be finding a lot more of them because I'm sure there's like really good people out there that I'm just not paying attention to. I try to always like focus on like blue chip stuff, like very high ranking, if you will, air quotes, artists and stuff out there. But I'm sure there's so many other artists who like also have really good stuff. I tried before to get a lot of Daniel Arsham NFT stuff, which I thought was really, really cool. For those of you who've never seen it, he made these temples or like places you can kind of sit down and like it changes seasons around you. It's absolutely beautiful. But those were also like a little bit pricey, at least in the beginning. A favorite NFT artist? I don't know if I even really have one at the moment. I would say Kusama, but I think Kusama is a little bit too old to like actually even make NFTs. So if there was ever a Kusama NFT, I would go completely insane. Someone said Black Panther first appearance, Shuri. I'm bagging up. Yeah, that didn't sell out. That didn't sell out. And there was another one. There were a couple of comics that didn't sell out, and I'm waiting for the burn. I'm waiting for the burn because there's barely like, I think for the Shuri comic, what was it? I think there's like only like a couple thousand made, or it's something absolutely. I was looking through all the numbers at one point. It looks completely nuts. Now it's dogs versus frogs. Okay. Someone said, I love your work. Very informational. I try my best. When do you think OMI will hit Coinbase? I think whenever the people from OMI get proper clarification from the SEC that their coin is a utility token and not a security of any sort. This is what it feels like that they're waiting for. I don't think that they're it's a very big coin. It's a very big project. And what I've always believed is that, of course, they want to list it. Like these people also want to make tons of money. People were saying before on Twitter that they, why don't you guys want it on Binance? And listen, these people who work for VV, they stand to make an enormous amount of money. So of course they want the coin listed as well. Just a matter of, they're going through all the proper legal channels. So once we get proper clarity from the SEC, which is terrible because these people take forever, as to what the coin is, we're going to start seeing it listed all over the place. And that's just usually what seems to normally make a lot of sense for most projects. Someone said BitConnect. I hope not. Jeez Louise, I hope not. Someone says, I bet TMI has a BTC pillow. I don't. If it's comfortable, I would use it, but I don't. Someone said, what is OMI? Never heard of it. OMI is the token from the VV NFT app platform. Someone said, TMI, really enjoyed your Oops, I Traveled Again. Are there more to be released? Yeah, there actually are. I just have to make sure that there are, I have to like do some stuff to some of the other ones that I did like recently take. But yeah, I'm trying to, I don't know. I have TMI, I have Money Rules. I was trying to do something like with the travel channel, but it didn't, really, I think, catch on as much as I was hoping, of course, that it would. But I don't know. I might stick with it. I'm always traveling a lot, and I like recording where I am and what I'm doing. And What's always happening? Are you going to go back to recording videos with you actually in the video? No, I think that's why I switched to money rules. I think it's a lot easier to, because a lot of times, for those of you who don't know, when I make TMI videos, I've just rolled out of bed. Like, it's not a joke. It's not like a, you know, oh my gosh, you guys just woke up. No, like I literally just rolled out of bed. And sometimes having the camera on me, I don't like, you've just woken up before. And then you look at yourself in the mirror, like I don't know. It's weird to have like a camera on me like 8 seconds after I rolled out of bed. I don't want to look crazy. I don't know how to like make that sound any better. Someone said nature has cut my hair for me, and I didn't get it. I read it like twice, and I was like, what is that? What is that? I was picturing a tree for some reason. I don't know. Someone said, what's up? Thank you, TMI. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much, Dr. Berg. What are these little like Pokemon kind of things when you donate something? Thank you very much for your donation. It looks like a what do you call it? What is the name of this thing? What's that fluffy sugar thing? I can only think of the French word. Cotton candy. There we go. Cotton candy with like pom-poms. It's amazing. I don't know what it is, but thank you for the donation. TMI, you rock the crypto world. Says anybody actually use the NFT platform one of? I don't know. Okay. TMI is live. Man, this would be nice to do once a month. I'm going to try and do it once a week. I feel like I can definitely do it. I don't think I have much of an excuse unless I'm like really busy doing something else. I should be able to do this at least once a week. This whole decade is a joke. Yeah, we'll see. I think we'll be able to, like, by the time we get to 2027, it'll be abundantly clear if this was like, you know, a decade that we should have just passed over. I definitely feel like it. Thank you very much for your donation, the real Randy Chavez. Can you come on the podcast to talk about VV and Comey? Was it you before? So there were two people who were asking me to come onto their podcast. I bumped into someone in the street and he told me to come onto his podcast. And I was like, sure. I was like, write me a message, write me an email on the Modern Investor. He never responded back. And I think, I don't know, maybe I think before I heard from real Randy Chavez as well. Yeah, sure. I'm totally up for it. Totally, like completely. I love Vivi and Nakomi and Omi and the entire ecosystem. So I'm up for it. Let's try and figure out something or how to contact each other. Yeah. Do they have old timey dividend stocks? What is that about? Where'd that come from? What time do you record your videos for everyday release? In the morning. I mean, in the butt crack of dawn. Like that's when it's really weird because I'm kind of at the point where like a lot of times not that I have trouble sleeping, but sometimes I do. But like I get excited to wake up to make a video and it's like the weirdest thing in the entire world. I can't even really explain it. It says, okay, TMI, with the central bank digital currency to be introduced in June in the US, do you have any opinion on that or what it may mean to space and that the JP Morgan coin has no value when minted? I think it's going to be a very weird year. There were 2 states already, I think, who are banned or trying to ban central bank digital currencies. Was it Texas and Florida? I think the governors or the mayors of those places were, already talking about that they don't want them and stuff like that. And I don't know the validity of that because, like, you can't say in Texas or in Florida that you just don't want to use the US dollar. And I feel like we all feel it. There's going to be some kind of a weird mandate where like the US is going to be like, hey, this is now legal tender and you can't not accept legal tender. But then it's also like when you talk about like the control that comes with a central bank digital currency, like there's a reason why people used to say cash is king. It's because like, the level of anonymity that came with it. But when everything is tracked and everything is overlooked and everything from the government, it's not even overreach anymore. Like it is just a complete reach and, in every single facet of of life for a lot of people. I think it's very, very odd, but it's coming. It's there. Someone said, TMI always wondered, what do you mean when you say tinfoil hat? Never understood that saying. So there's a really weird saying, at least I grew up with this. It's a fairly common thing. When I was younger, a lot of people used to always talk about that they saw aliens or things in the skies or UFOs. And one of the ways that these people would say that they were protecting themselves from the UFOs reading their thoughts was with tinfoil, like aluminium foil on their head. And the idea was that it would deflect the actual signal coming from above. So the joke always was is that people who believed in this is that they were wearing a tinfoil hat. And it has to do with the idea of like conspiracies and or thinking that things are wrong, or, you know, there's like an invisible hand kind of governing everything, which, you know, we're not going to get into because that's another conversation in and of itself. So the idea of a tinfoil hat is like, let me put my crazy hat on, if you kind of want to say that. It's just like I don't know, something I've heard for a very long time. So yeah, now you know. It's a race to get to that 0.28 Bitcoin. Yeah, that's the, you know, you are in the, for those of you who don't know, you are in the 1% if you own, I mean, just 0.28 Bitcoin. It is completely insane. And I really wonder what the world is going to be like once we actually have the next halving. I think we're in for a very weird treat because Bitcoin is already mainstream. Like there's no discussion about that. But when you talk about exactly how big this is getting, I think there's going to be like a big, furious flurry of people who are going to be rushing into the market to try and buy any type of amount of Bitcoin that they can. Because once we end up getting to like a very high price in Bitcoin and people have none, I think people will realize the folly of them. And I don't get it. I don't understand how, not financial advice. I do not understand how people could be in the cryptocurrency space and know how big all of this actually is and then have no Bitcoin. I literally don't get it. How you could not even have like 1 million Satoshis. It boggles my mind. I don't like, what if in the year 2052, 1 Satoshi ends up being the equivalent of $1? I don't know. Thank you very much, Brian M, for your generous donation. It says, if you ever come to Ireland, I'd love to get you a cup of tea. Thank you for all your non-financial advice. Tinfoil hat all the way. I mean, it's crazy because so many things, this is me. So many things in life that like we were kind of led to believe were fake or false or like meant to be like tinfoil hat moments. And then when you find out that they're actually real, that's like, oh boy, like things aren't as they seem. I have never been to Ireland. I've only heard amazingly good things. I'm not even joking. For years and years and years and years and years, everyone talks so highly about Ireland, how beautiful it actually is. So I do hope that I get there at some point. It would be very, very nice. Someone said, for the OGs in the chat, are we getting video game videos again? Oh, like for the video game channel. I don't know. I think it's kind of a lot for me to have 4 channels. Like even just 2 is like a lot to keep up with, like, you know, and then also like going outside and doing other things. And it's a lot. I did enjoy playing the video game channel, but I don't know. I think a lot of people just kind of enjoy crypto a lot more. Someone said half a Bitcoin would be a dream. Yeah. I'm telling you, what about the people who will never own any Bitcoin at all? It's insane to think about that. There are people on this planet who will never, ever, ever own 1 million Satoshis. When you talk about these companies who have 143,000 Bitcoin just themselves, yeah, you gotta pay attention. Someone said playing Pokemon Emerald on a Game Boy emulator. You want to hear a crazy story about this? And so I found this out yesterday and I got a little annoyed. Apparently, like 3 weeks ago, the Nintendo 3DS, what do you call it? They stopped their online store, and I didn't know that you were able to buy Pokemon Red and Blue, Gold, Silver, and I think Emerald on there. You know how angry I am that I missed it by 3 weeks? I saw people talking about like modding their 3DS, and I might have to do it. You know how nostalgic, like I would love to just sit in a park and just play Pokemon Red. Oh boy. Someone said, are you secretly working for the SEC? If I was, I don't think I'd be able to keep that a secret. I think that'd be pretty hard to, what would I have to gain from that, secretly working with the SEC? So you must be a lizard person working for the SEC. How'd you know? Who told you this? That's crazy. You guys figured it out so fast. I can't believe it. Someone said that's why they call him the morning investor. That is the most clever thing I have ever read in my entire life. Someone said, what is up with Flare? Is Flare the XRP airdrop token? Was that ever fully, properly airdropped to everyone out there? I don't know. I have not checked to see if I have any Flare. But I remember there was a whole controversy about them like only giving like half of the airdrop that they were talking about before. I forgot all about Flare. Someone said, smash the like button, guys. I would love that. It always helps and you used to hear me say this a lot before. Like, it does help with the algorithm. Like, anytime that anyone interacts with the channel in any sort of way, the more comments that you leave, the algorithm sees that my video is popular, and therefore it gets shown to more people. The more likes you give, it shows that it's a popularly liked video. It gets shown to more people. YouTube has changed a lot over the last couple of years, even when it comes to like hashtags and stuff like that. Like anything helps the channel as long as there's like an interaction from people who are actually watching it. Also, watch time is also a very big thing. Don't know if you knew that as well. A lot of people, YouTube loves people watching a video to its completion or for as long as possible. It also pumps up the rankings on the analytics, as insane as that actually sounds. Someone said, TMI, what's your thought on the Argentinian crypto ban? I haven't seen that. I think I have to find the news on that. I want to see exactly like what they're banning. Is Argentina the country that's currently going to like 140% inflation right now? Then it would make a lot of sense. It would be their government panicking, knowing that people are going to look for alternative ways or alternative places for people to put their money. And as a government, you would assume that they'd be more interested in like helping their people and telling them, hey, sorry, we messed up, do this instead. But the way that you get control is by simply telling people, nope, you can't use that. Now you got to use our crap. That's how it always goes. Someone said, I never thought I'd hear you have to explain that. I mean, listen, we all don't know everything. So, we appreciate TMIs and honest and clear with the plain language for us laymen. I mean, I'm right there with you. I don't want anybody to explain something to me difficult, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you please speak to me in a language that I actually understand? And like, Vivi just announced a Lambo Diablo. Oh, I have to look that up. Are you a fan of the artist Greg Guillemin? I have not heard of such an individual. I do not know them, but I will look them up after. Someone said I had not Bitcoin in 2016 because it looked too expensive, so I looked at Dogecoin. But I hope you have tons of Dogecoin now. See? That's what I'm talking about. What if Bitcoin just becomes a store of value and not actual money? It still wins then. If governments end up collecting Bitcoin as a store of value and then issuing new currency based off of how much Bitcoin that they have, we would have very strong fiat currencies that were based on Bitcoin. It's literally part of the actual, it's a win-win. Someone said my grandma holds Bitcoin at least. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, bless her heart, because that's absolutely amazing. Is there going to be a Money Rules video soon? Yes, I'm working on it. Working on it. After my 2-week period off, I came back. I had so much stuff going on. But yes. There will be new Money Rules videos. Absolutely. Someone said, TMI, do you think governments would ban ownership of Bitcoin and then, similar to gold, make Bitcoin the underlying currency that makes it legal again? Thinking out loud. I think there's far too much money floating around in the ecosystem for a major government to ban Bitcoin. I don't think there's a ban coming for the US. I don't think there's one coming for anywhere in Europe. If you've been paying attention to the European regulations around it, they, here's how much you get paid, here's how much the tax is, here's how much this is, if you sign up for this, whatever, AML, KYC, I think this is why I love whenever we heard about regulation, like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe we have regulation. It's such a very big thing to know that the first thing out of their mouths of the regulators and the governments wasn't ban. It was simply like, hey, wait, people are going to be using this. Let's make sure that it's at least regulated or whatever in some sort of way. So I don't think I think we're relatively out of ban territory, but I think if the US dollar collapses, I think the US might begin to panic. But I think we're like about a good couple of years away from that. Just dollar cost average Bitcoin and chill. Someone said, afternoon, TMI, I've been listening to you for years, opened my eyes to investing intelligently. Have a little over 1 Bitcoin and tons of alts and have 15x to my alt portfolio. First of all, congratulations. It like segued into something that's absolutely incredible. I'm very, very, very happy for you. That's absolutely incredible. It says, Omi can't find where to buy. I think Omi's on only 3 exchanges right now. If you go on to, it should be even CoinMarketCap or CoinCodex, there's usually an area that tells you for a certain coin, like where you can actually purchase it. Let me see if I can actually, and there's like a bit of a delay on me actually using the computer and actually being able to stream, but it says it may be somewhere around here. There's like a very few places to be able to actually buy it. It says OKX, Gate.io, Ascend, never heard of that, and Bit4X, all with incredibly weirdly low trading volumes. Before you use any of these, make sure, like, test them out. Don't just throw your money onto a website hoping that it'll actually go okay. Like, make sure that you can put your money onto it and take your money off and then start to do what you need to do on that actual exchange. Look up always look up places that you're trying to use and see other people's, the word's not reactions, recommendations for them. Like, you can Google it. Does this website work? Will I lose my money? Is this a scam? You have to. But it's barely on any places right now. Oh, also, I'm so stupid. You can get Omi on MetaMask. If you have a MetaMask and you have ETH, you can swap your ETH into Omi directly through MetaMask. I completely forgot about that. Completely. And I would personally consider that to be a little bit safer than using an outside cryptocurrency exchange. Someone said, what if there were dinosaurs in the backyard? What? For who? How? What do you do? What dinosaurs in the back? Did I say dinosaurs at some point? Okay. Someone said, great surprise. I'm one of the people at work. I don't know what that means, but I hope your work isn't terrible. Someone said, OG Charizard for life. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no way to get around that. Absolutely. How often do you live stream? Well, I mean, the last time was a couple of years ago. So here's to praying that I'm able to do it relatively soonly again. Soonly is not a word, but you understood me. The IMF made Argentina ban Bitcoin if they wanted a bailout. Oh, yeah. I mean, do you let your country collapse or do you ban a cryptocurrency that you're not really using to be able to get some money from the World Bank? Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. You know, you gotta make sure you don't collapse. You should have been doing that before, but alas, here we are. If Bitcoin goes to the moon, then what about Litecoin? I assume Litecoin would kind of follow suit. I mean, if Bitcoin goes to, 300,000-400,000, if Bitcoin moves from its current price to $300,000 and Litecoin isn't at $6,000 per coin, it might be time to dump Litecoin. Because I would assume if Bitcoin goes crazy, every other coin goes just equally as crazy as well. Someone said TMI doing a live. Whoa, TMI live. What? Greetings from Bonero. Hello, sir. Always wanted to say thank you in person. We can digitally say thank you. Hello. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for being an excellent person and watcher and liker of the video. That's always it's always nice as well. Someone said grandma is balling with the BTC. Absolutely incredible. Is there going to be a crypto crash around Q3? As it stands right now, it looks like that. If you guys had paid attention to the last Fed rate hike, like 2 days ago, the wording of the Fed was different this time. And people are taking it as that the Fed won't be raising interest rates anymore. No one knows, of course, but this is kind of the idea. They completely changed their language. I think it was something along the lines of we may not see the need for further increases, but there will not be any like decreases, somewhere along those lines. Like they will not be lowering interest rates anytime soon in an effort to still try and, curb inflation. But if that is true, during their next Fed meeting, Fed whatever, if that guy gets up on the podium and says they're not raising interest rates, the market's going to go ballistic. Every single market's going to completely lose its mind. Because that, it means, money printer going back on and all that other kind of stuff. Someone said, hey, TMI, what comics were your jam growing up? Mine was Amazing Spider-Man, Mark Bagley, Deadpool, Thunderbolt, and Ghost Rider. I used to collect a lot of in the mid 90s. You remember so for those of you who don't know, some of the art back then was a bit intense, and there's one Captain America issue where his head is the size of your thumb and his body's the size of a truck. It's really, really intense. I used to collect a lot of Captain America, a lot of the Amazing Spider-Man. I tried getting into What If Spider-Girl and Spider-Girl #1 because I thought that was also going to, with Mayday Parker, was also going to take off a huge amount as well. The Fantastic Four reboot, I got into a lot of the Marvel Knights kind of stuff. Remember that? Marvel Knights from was it 98 or something like that? That kind of stuff when I was a lot younger. What is this? Why are you live? Because I clicked the button? I don't know. Someone said there would be more bank failures this year. I predict 3 more surprises. I don't think we're done with the bank collapses. Something's wrong. Something is absolutely wrong. And the way that these people are lying is spectacular. Spectacular. If one mega bank collapses, okay, benefit of the doubt. But 5 or 6, something's wrong. Especially listen. For those of you who didn't see it a day or two ago, Jamie Dimon, the head of JP Morgan Chase, came forward and he was like, oh no, the whole banking sector is just fine. And I was like, lie. He's like Jim Cramer. You can't know something's up. You can't sit there and just lie to us. All these banks keep collapsing. What do you think is going on? Hello, TMI. Greetings. Someone said I bought OMI from Uniswap. That's also a good one. So someone said I live stream once per 3 years. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my very best. I have a lot of stuff going on. Nothing we can't handle. Someone said let it crash, buy more, win. I'm slightly there with you when it comes to that entire idea. Fold card? Who did what now? CoinGecko says Uniswap has OMI. I don't use Uniswap. We've gone any swap, any bop, any of that stuff, any sushi, mushi. I know so it makes sense that it would also be on there. Someone said buy and hold. Thanks, dude. Someone said yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the leaf field cap. It's crazy. I'll never ever forget it because I remember holding the book and being like, what's wrong with him? What happened? Some of the art back then was crazy. I remember when I was a kid, I used to draw. And I remember there was one Spider-Man comic where they were trying to make Peter Parker into like all these different personalities, and there was one where he had a like were these clones? I don't remember anymore. Like one was called Ricochet, and I forgot what the other two were called. They looked nuts, but there was one image, like one cover, where Peter Parker's legs looked like banana peels. Like they were just so long. And I was like, what? And I remember drawing it, but it looked just like the comic. And I was like, this is what it looks like. And people, I don't know. It was interesting times, interesting art. Someone says, we drink the tears of haters. That sounds salty. Have you been following Pepe for the last 8 days? So crazy. Yeah, we were talking about it at the beginning of the stream. It's a lot. It's just a lot going on. And once again, I'm going to be paying attention to see if that coin collapses, and then I'll start throwing money into it just because, you know. Someone said, hi, TMI. We know you love Muskie. What's your opinion on Saylor? Is that Michael Saylor? Is that the guy from MicroStrategy? I mean, he doesn't say anything crazy as far as I know. Has Michael Saylor been saying really weird things? Like a lot of times when we talk about Michael Saylor, it's usually always he's on CNBC, he's talking about how much he loves Bitcoin, or he's like, MicroStrategy, yup, we're still rich, and then he bought more Bitcoin. So as far as I can tell, he doesn't seem like a terrible person, at least from the information that we have been getting. Man Spider. Oh, there was so many weird. It was such a weird time in comic book history because there were so many like odd variations of Spider-Man. TMI up the Marvel Knights Black Panther. Yeah, with the I good. It like I think that was great comic book time. I left comics for a while and then really got back into it when DC launched the New 52. The entire oh gosh, what are these guys' names? Capullo and what's the other guy? Their run of Batman was just incredible. Like there was no fault in it. It was absolutely beautiful, absolutely incredible. Someone said buy and hold. I do agree. Most people don't care for the truth about the banking system. Just earn and spend, repeat. I think a lot of people are terrified of the truth, as tinfoil hatty as that might sound, but I think it's so much easier for people to just live and not actually worry about anything that's actually going on with them. So I don't know. Alrighty, guys, this has been going on for an hour and 31 minutes. That's a very long time. I think I am going to end it here. I hope sincerely that you have all enjoyed. I hope that you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Make sure to like take care of yourself. I know I've if you say to the end of every single video, I've been saying that a lot more. It's been a very, very difficult last 3 years. Do something nice for yourself. Like literally, like go buy something nice, nothing extravagantly expensive, but buy something that makes you happy. Buy an old video game. Go watch an old movie that you used to love when you were a kid. Like do something that makes you happy. We need to find these happy moments, especially right now, because the world is just a lot. Yes, thank you all once again so much for watching, listening, liking, commenting, supporting, leaving comments, helping out the algorithm every single way. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. And yes, we will be doing this again. Yes, because I figured out how easy that it is. We will most certainly be doing this again. Oh, also, I watched Guardians of the Galaxy as well. It was, I mean, a solid 8 out of 10. It was a really, if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, it's really good. I was quite shocked. Very, very good story. Thank you all once again. Talking to you all soon. See you.